Good morning, guys. Today we are going to install Prometheus on Docker with the cluster of NodeExporter and AlertManager. So first we have to figure it out with Docker thing. Okay. So what we have to do is mm, you have to first install the Docker on your machine, and I'm expecting it's already installed. But for newbies, I'm going to tell you how to install the Docker. So it's apt-get install -y docker.io, so it will install you the docker thing on your machine. So for that I have to do with the sudo. Okay, so it will tell you that the packages are already installed, so you can do the sudo docker and it will list it out all the commands which is running through the docker. Okay, so sudo docker search Prometheus. Okay, so it will tell you the latest packages on Docker Hub. Okay, so you have to pull the particular image which is meant to be. So I'm going to pull this image. I have already this image, okay, on my system, but for you I'll tell you how to pull that image Docker and the image name prom.prometheus. Okay, okay, my bad. Let me do one thing. I'll run this command under sudo. So I already transformed myself into root. So it will pull the latest image of the Prometheus. Okay, so it will take some time. So I already have that image, so you can figure it out with that. Okay, so Docker, you have to pull another image with AlertManager. So we have all the things which we required. Okay, so we have an image name with prom.alertManager, so you have to pull that. So for that you have to do docker pull prom. Okay, so you can do this. It will list it out the latest one. It will pull the latest image. Okay, another one is docker search NodeExporter. Okay, I made the mistake. It's NodeExporter. Okay, so here we have a prom.NodeExporter. So we have to pull that image also. So we have to do this. Okay, you can do this by using docker pull prom/NodeExporter. So after this I have to do install all the images on my Docker. So for that, for the simple thing, we have a docker run -d for detached from the container. Okay, -p 9090 port. I'm giving the port number. It's by default it's 9090. We can give the another port number also for the security purpose because it's a default. Okay, so after that I have to give the prom/Prometheus the image name, and even I can give the name like testing Prometheus. Okay, okay, So what it's saying is we already have a port number busy, so I'm going to use another port number for security purpose. 9190. I can use this. Okay. I had given the name. So for removing the particular container, okay, you have to use docker remove. It's easy with the docker. So I'm going to run this again, and my container will be ready shortly. So for that I have to do docker ps, and it will tell me the container is already running over here. Okay, this is the container ID, this is the image name. Okay, and it's up from 9 seconds, and it's listed on 9090 TCP2. It's port forwarded 9190. Okay, so its name is testing Prometheus. What I have to do is call localhost 9190, and it's taking me the receiving failure connection reset by peer. Okay, let me do this 9090, and here we have this one. So for that I have to do is reload this. Okay, so I have already set up, you will see like this one, so it will load you for the same, and it's for me it's loading this one. Okay, and what I have to do is I have to remove the previous image, which is named as testing Prometheus. Okay, something strange, it's not taking that name. You cannot remove a container. Stop the container first. Okay, my bad. I have to stop that container because it's already running. Okay, after that I can remove that, and it's removed. So my Prometheus is already running on that particular port 9090, and after that it's been loaded with some configuration. So for that I have to type some configuration. So before we are going to create some directory, you have to run this command mkdir /opt/ Prometheus. You can paste this directory anywhere in your local machine. Okay, so for that you have to do this one, Prometheus /configurations. We have to make two files, config and conf and data, you can say. Okay, so on data we are going to load all the matrices, logs, everything which is related to the Prometheus. We are going to load this, and then configurations we are going to do the all the configuration things which need it to be. Okay, so I already have that directory, so I'm going to directly went there, Prometheus. Okay, so we have a configuration and data over here. So in configurations we are going to one more thing, we have to create a one directory for AlertManager 2. So it's better to create already the alert manager directly over here so that we can put all the alert manager configurations and data over there. So before that we are going to type some YML file for Prometheus. Okay, means YML is the configuration file of Prometheus. Okay, YML is the language in which we have to write the script, and for that you have to validate the YML script because it's very case sensitive and sometimes people get stuck and may get confused why their uh, particular configuration is not getting up and your container is not running or your Prometheus is not running properly. So for that we are going to open this Prometheus.yml. I'm using the Vim editor, so here it's a simple Prometheus YML file. Over here we have a scrap configurations on which we are going to scrap the things, and here I have mentioned the job name, the Prometheus itself, because we have to be monitor the Prometheus also. Okay, so we are going to monitor the Prometheus itself. So scrap interval is 5 seconds, so every 5 seconds it will scrap it again. Okay, and static configuration is target. It's come under targets come under in the static configuration. So it's in new Prometheus we have to use the static configurations. Okay, for the targets. So I have mentioned my server IP, so it's my local machine IP, and I had mentioned the port itself. And another one is the node. Okay, so I had mentioned the node means node exporter over here already, because we are going to scrap the things from matrices from node exporter also. So it will load every 5 seconds, and I'm going to install on the same server, so I'm giving the same IP because I'm not doing any networking on this Docker thing, so that's why I'm using the same host IP and same host network for all these services right now. And for more we are going to make the another video and I'll update the things over there. Okay, so sorry, here I have mentioned the rule files which is created for the alert manager already. So this is the YML file, means the configuration for the alerts. Okay, and for alerting means to tell the Prometheus we are going to use the alert manager. Okay, the schema we are using is HTTP, and the path we are given as a slash alert manager over there. So the target for alert manager is the same IP and the port is 9093. It's a by default the same. So you have to save it w-q colon. Okay, so I have already been using this and no need to do addition on that, so we are going to use the same. So now we are going to run another Prometheus thing. So we have to do is docker run -d docker run -g -p 9090 colon 9090. Okay, and after that I'm going to tell this is my volume. Okay, I'm giving a volume space to the Docker container volume, means I'm mapping the volume from my local machine to the Docker, so that my configuration or something, everything which is I've already done over here, which is by default taken by the Prometheus from my local machines. It will not load from its default directories or default volume inside the container. Okay, because my container is itself in a machine. Okay, So I'm telling him to use my volume, which is I have already set up OTP. Oh my god, it's OPT, my bad. And Prometheus, I can give the complete directory because I'm using the same directory for everything, or either I can give the particular path for the configuration itself, because I'm not setting up anything, because I'm not setting up the complete infrastructure right now, because I'm going to tell you how to do the thing, because I'm giving just an overview here, and it's depend upon the person to person how they are going to set up for more configurations and for more things. So I'm just telling the needful things which is required, and I'm giving just a hint how to do the Prometheus thing. Okay, so here I have a prometheus.yml, and I am giving the colon and telling him like this. I have already in, by default it's already in etc slash prometheus dot yml. Okay, so here I'm mapping the particular yml configuration to the by default configuration. Okay, so whenever my container calls, or whenever my Prometheus calls by default configurations, it will look after my local machine for that prometheus.yml. Okay, so after that I'm going to give a name, like it's as a Prometheus or anything you want to give a name. So I'm giving this name, and after that I have to give uh, for a data itself. If I want to give I want to load some data to my local host, so either I can do here, or either I can do before this name. I forgot that, so I'm doing right now here OTP OPT uh, OPT Prometheus data. Okay, so it will load my data from here. Okay, so where is data is stored in local, means by default it's loaded in Prometheus itself. Okay, so after that I'm going to give the name of the image prom.prometheus. Okay, if I'm going to run this, it will tell me that the name is already taken. Okay, so I have to stop that, and then I will to load this. But for you now, you can use this so that it will not take more time, means the video is not going to be so long. So I'm not going to kill that image and do this again, and I have to figure out all the things again. So you have to run this command, and it will load for you the Prometheus, and you will do the curl, and just do the port number either with the IP 192.168.132, sorry, 242.132 colon 9090, and it will give you the curl. Okay, fine. Or either you can do by in your browser itself. So it's your, it's look like this, and over here when you are going to see the target here, if let me, okay, so here you'll see this is already also up for node. Okay, we had add the configurations, we had already add the configuration, so you'll see the configuration over here. We had the configuration for node also, so it's load the matrices for the node itself from here. Okay, so when I'll go to the target, it's showing me the up. Okay, but the thing is when you only going to run the Prometheus. It will not, it show the unhealthy. Okay, here is, it is already up, it will show you the unhealthy. So now we are going to run the node exporter. So for that I have to do, I'll do the first docker, because I have already told you the major points over here. Docker -run -d -p, and it's running on 9091. Okay, 9091. So I'm going to run this on 9091. How I'm telling this? Uh, or I can do by default. By default port is 9100. Okay, so I've already set up on 9100, so I'm using that. Or you can use the another port also for the safety purpose. You can do. Okay, so I'm giving this over here and telling this by edge use the host network. So I'm telling this use the host network. Okay, -h will tell this the node exporter use my host network, and after that I'm giving this a name as a node exporter, the same as the image. Okay, I can tell this as it's taking my system matrices, so I'll tell this as a node exporter Linux, because my machine is right now it's Linux. Okay, so either I can use this, or I'll use the node exporter. Okay, and after that I have to give the name image node exporter, or I have to just do the thing is run it. Okay, and it's the same, the container is already running. It's the good thing by the Docker itself. Okay, so my node exporter is also running, and when you reload your Prometheus, okay, so it will show it's up over here. Okay, and when you go to the configuration again, now we have to do the alert manager thing, and we have to set up the alert manager. So for that I have to run the docker run -d to detach from the container -p, or I'm going to use the by default port 9093. Okay, so here so many things are coming up. Okay, so many things are coming up over here, and I'll tell you the trick so that you don't need to use again and again these long commands if you are going to set up for making a cluster or something like this. Or either you can use the daemon, means your create some service in your local machine which load your Prometheus and alert manager and node exporter by itself, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. So for that you have to go to the etc system md by default, where all the system services will be there. And okay, so here we have all the listed services over here. So I've already created for you the AlertManager.service in which I'm telling to the local machine to set up my alert manager again. Okay, whenever my system restart or somehow my system crash or somehow something has happened. Okay, and I have to reload this, and it will automatically start my service of alert manager, Prometheus and NodeExporter. So whenever you log into the server, you will see your service is running already with the same configuration or something like this. Okay, so you do not need to do the things again and again. So here I have already uh, created the service of alert manager, and the same you have to do. Just you have to change the thing over here from 9093 to 9090 for the Prometheus. Give the name as a Prometheus. Give the name over here as a Prometheus. Okay. So here I'm telling just if you have already some container already exited because somehow the container is exited. Okay. So it will remove that particular name with means particular container again, and I'm here telling that it should be alert manager should be in read only mode. No one have to rights to the write the things. Okay, okay. So I had given the port also. I had given the expose the port also, and over here I have created the volume over here. The alert manager data. I can create the volume on my Docker itself, or either I can create the volume on my local machine and I'll mount it. Okay, so I am giving that as a read and write operations. Okay, and over here I'm telling mm, again uh, for alert manager for all the configuration should be load from here. Okay, so I have already created the directory in the Prometheus configuration alert manager. Okay, so I'm telling this just to read and read operations. Okay, so after that I had loaded the image, and I'm telling the storage path should be the slash alert manager. Okay, and after that I'm executing docker stop alert manager. So just after this you have to do the service daemon reload. Okay, you have to use the systemctl daemon reload. Okay, systemctl daemon reload, and it will reload the daemon because you have something edited on your unit. Okay, so it will reload the daemon, and you have to use the systemctl start alert manager. Okay, so if you do the docker ps hyphen a, so you will see it's already running your alert manager your from service because to stop, before that I have to stop the container. So for that I have to use systemctl stop alert manager. So it will stop my alert manager, and you will see over here docker ps hyphen a, the container is exited, and whenever I'm going to start it again, so it will tell me it's already loaded alert manager over here. Okay, less than 2 seconds. And if I'm going to call the local host 9093 and here my alert manager. Okay, so this is the thing we have to do, and for more you can go to the status, sorry, graph, and here you can load any matrices you want. Okay, node hyphen CPU, either you can use the CPU and execute it. Here are the matrices. Okay, here are the matrices for this, and for more localhost use 91004 matrices, and here are the matrices for NodeExporter. Everything is the matrices for the NodeExporter here. And for alert manager we have to use a 9093 port, and over here you can see the port manager and alert and everything over here. Okay, so this is the thing you have to do. And for more information